Yet true or false, paranoid suspicions are a predictable byproduct of a plutocratic cult still ring-fenced by force of arms. When Trinidad became a dominion in 1962, a UK court was retained for its appeals, namely the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council, and the Queen herself signs off the court's business. Though Britain would shortly abolish capital punishment, Trinidad's government maintained the practice, and the anomaly meant that the Queen approved death warrants referred to her from this judicial committee. Thus it is the case in the Caribbean, where Elizabeth is Queen, in Belize, the Bahamas, Barbados, St. Lucia, and Jamaica, and in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Christopher and Nevis, that a royal pen wields terminal power on death row. Thus, as a direct result, on the 16th of May 1975, in Royal Jail, Port of Spain, the prison superintendent arrived at a cell door at dawn, and he handed Michael de Freitas, the prisoner waiting inside, the dismissal of his last appeal, signed Elizabeth R. Michael was hooded, then led to the gallows under armed guard, and, while there's no death penalty in her own country, Michael was hanged by the neck by royal command until Michael X, also known as Abdul Malik, was pronounced dead.
My name is Michael Abdul Malik. People will always think of the unknown in terms of fear, and the concept of black people being powerful, I don't see anything to be terrified about powerful black people. I'm a pretty powerful black man. I'm the most powerful black man in Europe.
Years before, Michael had said that the monarchy would last longer if Her Majesty were to have a black baby. The British press were appalled, as they assumed his flip remark meant that Michael was offering his services as a stud. On death row, Michael fell to wondering if my chickena caught me up. Then he'd say, with a fatalistic grin, "So now I'm in a cell in her royal jail, and now it's her powerful royal noose that sends me to her kingdom come. Can you dig it?" In his cage, a light bulb would burn throughout the night. "We hear the flying of the trap," Michael told visitors, and he'd indicate the death chamber just a few feet away. Then he'd whisper, "We can hear it distinctly." He'd also hear a Lord Kitchener calypso coming through the death row's radio macabre crackle. When the judge accept the verdict, he let the hammer bang. Malik he say nothing, but Queen say one to hang. For in the words of Lord Diplock, the senior presiding judge, their lordships will humbly advise Her Majesty that the appeal should be dismissed. His death warrant had been signed by the Queen on the 14th of May, 1975. And when what the monarch had thinkingly or unthinkingly signed had been conveyed to the Governor-General, Michael would say to his wife, Desiree, "Better go home. This is no place for you, pretty girl." In a manuscript smuggled out of death row, Michael described how on a Wednesday the voices of all the prisoners would acquire a higher pitch, for those in the cells lived in dread of an impending message from the Governor-General. Each week, death row's inhabitants were prepared for execution, which fell on a Friday. "You are weighed," Michael wrote. "The trap of the gallows is greased. All await the dreaded word. Greetings, if your time has arrived." Then, if it has, from the office at the far end of the corridor come some officials. They'll stand in front of your cell, and they'll salute you with this word from the Governor-General. Greetings. Everyone waits for that terrible word. Most times, hymns are sung. I pray. I hope someone somewhere will listen. For in all holy books it is written that justice should be tempered with mercy wherever possible. But there was no mercy for Michael, just a white hood.
Hear the wind blow low.
If there is anyone in Trinidad who should get glory for my coming, Abdul Malik is that person. Muhammad Ali had said of Michael X, who'd invited him to see the conditions his people were living in. Then Allen Ginsberg wrote of a new awareness that we were all on the same boat of change, and of being armed to create Eden or hell's fiery gardens on our little ball rolling through the solar system. Ginsberg added that Michael was part of that communal effort to work out our local destiny. I pray with him that mercy be the last judge of the world, and not our own cruel, confused hearts. And in this context, and the context of his karmic nobility, I here plead for his life. Om Ha Om. But with a pen stroke, the Queen showed she preferred Betjeman to the poems of Allen Ginsberg or Muhammad Ali. Kate Millett protested, "It's the hideous combination of racism and sexism that permits these kinds of trials to happen." Predictably, an appeal to the great-great-granddaughter of Queen Victoria, legendary for her stiff-necked views, such as "Women's rights are a mad, wicked folly," were ignored, and all pleas to Buckingham Palace went unanswered, indicating that the head of the Anglican Church and the defender of the faith favours a more Old Testament view of religion.
We need to work hard at sustaining a true sense of covenant in our society, the part played in this by the faith and dedication of our Queen. Your Majesty, you are most welcome.
Thus, rather than Christ's revolutionary message of forgiveness, her governor's greetings brought revenge. Michael was hanged, then drawn, meaning he was left to swing, it being the royal jail's colonial tradition. In London, those who felt British hypocrisy had overreached itself wrote Michael's name on the walls of Buckingham Palace. Michael X, repeated 6 times, was followed by Michael Abdul Malik. But instead of an X, they added graveyard crosses. On the 6th of July, 1999, 25 years after Michael's death, the same royal custom persists, with 9 executions in 4 days. Trinidad's prison commissioner, Cipriani Baptiste, told the press that the royal jail's gallows had been freshly oiled. The condemned, Joel Ram Singh, Stephen Eversley, and Bhagwandeen Singh, had once more been pricked by the royal parka, as had Dole Chadi, Joy Ramaya, and Ram Kelawan Singh, Clive Thomas, and Robin Gopal, and Russell Sankarali. The executions would take place despite appeals from Amnesty International, and from 3 Nobel Peace Prize winners, including Bishop Tutu. It was as if the Parker pen's owner, always above politics, felt empowered to strike through all pleas from the great and the good. But given that it's Her Majesty's courts, Her Majesty's prison service, Her Majesty's Inspectorate of Constabulary, Her Majesty's armed forces, Her Majesty's government, and taxes and subjects, being quite so inordinately majestic, could go to your head.
Jane went the other day with Laura, with the 2 little ones, and it's a very, very long do.
Is it? Oh.
2.5 hours, it was quite long for any child. Ma'am, it looks rather as if people have come alive after
A long gap.
New Year, and they've got quite a lot. Just on the top here, there's some Christmas cards you might have to see. That's
Thank you.
the regular one. Several signings, ma'am. There's a couple of remissions. The first one is a very unusual one. This chap discovered something rather strange going on, and in fact he got 2 good marks, and so he's getting remissions even though he's got a fairly long list of offences himself.
I think anything to do with strange ways is rather interesting.
Then the other one is a chap who helped out when there was obviously a riot of some kind. The National Canine Defence League, ma'am, they wondered if in honour of their centenary, you would become patron of the charity as a whole. I had my doubts, ma'am, about adding to your 800 odd patronages at this stage, particularly as you have the RSPCA and the Dogs Home as well.
National Canine Defence League.
I didn't know much about them, and I could find out a bit more. If you